YouTube. And if you have not signed up for a YouTube account, you really should. It's mostly connected with your Gmail, also with your Google Plus. Now, I've seen a lot of people that are photographers and they have been utilizing slideshows or even video or fusion videos, but they're using Vimeo. And I understand that Vimeo rocks and it's awesome that it doesn't have any advertising, but YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. So it's after Google, YouTube is it. So, and it's owned by Google now. So it's a really big opportunity spot that a lot of photographers are missing out. So if you don't do video, don't even worry, but most photographers nowadays for weddings or even portrait sessions are doing slideshows. I use Animoto Pro and I love it. They have a feature that you can send the video right directly to YouTube. So I just make slideshows about 60 photos, 50 to 60 photos, but I do include some video pieces sometimes. And you can actually, each video you have, you can, so this is an engagement session, so I can download and then upload into YouTube, or you could use their little feature here. Some people will embed it in their blog post or will send it straight to YouTube as well. So I use Animoto Pro. I think it's fabulous. It's $250 a year and it's so worth it. It's a great marketing tool with fellow vendors. I don't sell too many of these, but they're really good incentives for upgrades and packages. But most of all, I really love using it for marketing with vendors because it gives them something a little different. And when I add that video snippet in, it's pretty neat. So one thing that's important about YouTube is to have a cover photo. And I'm going to share with you guys in the notes section what that cover photo should be, size-wise. The other thing is filling out the important text. Since SEO is all about text, you want to have your keywords in your description. You also want a link back to your website as well. Now, when you start uploading the videos, it's kind of like the same rules apply. So for example, this was an Animoto slideshow I did. So I put the name of the venue because I'm mostly weddings and I like names of venues because I feel like people are going to find that more. So I put it where it was. Then I say a little detail about it, that it's a unique venue. I talked about the county, what the venue has, and a little bit more. So if you go to my channel, which I have a lot of stuff for SEO stuff too. So this one here, which has 68 views, Sarah and Dan's wedding, I can improve by putting the actual venue, so Loretta Winery, Vineyard Venue in New Jersey, and their name. And then here, I'll go and say wedding photos by Fuseries. If you are, looking for a great, unique venue in New Jersey, then Loretta Winery may be a great match. It is a gorgeous vineyard venue not too far from Central Jersey and a great wedding venue or spot or something, and then you always do a call to action to check out more of my work, visit, and then my website. But you could be like, become a fan on Facebook, join my Google Plus group, whatever the videos you're talking about is important. So it's important that we have in our titles, our keyword, and our description, our keywords. It's kind of repeating the same things that, we've been discussing, sorry. And the other thing is too, you can add a channel trailer, which I haven't done yet, so that's on my to-do list. So it's just a little short snippet video to talk about what my channel is about. So, and a lot of photographers have, especially if they share information with fellow photographers, really grown with this. But I think it's a great tool to, just get yourself out there and possibly be found when people are Googling things, or the wedding venue, or, senior portraits, photography, for you to be found and your video to come up. So your challenge this week is to sign up for YouTube if you haven't. to make a cover photo. Number 2, fill out your about with keywords and post one slideshow up, making sure you're optimizing the title, the description, also add tags. So here in YouTube, it's kind of different. You kind of break all the rules that you wouldn't do on your blog posts, which is like use common words that are very competitive, which in YouTube, I call it the wild I call it the wide west, or the Wild West, I guess, because there's just so much room, and it's less competitive than just regular Google in a sense. So fill out as much as possible and add those keywords in there in the call to action. You could also have different channels. Maybe one channel could be portrait sessions, the other channel, you could divide it by the genres of photography you do. And the cool thing is when you upload to YouTube, and if you have linked to your Google Plus, it will just automatically show up on your Google Plus page as well. And other tips apply: following people, subscribing to people. There's some widgets you could put on your blog so people could subscribe to your YouTube channel, which is, I do recommend that. I had that. It might get found with views. So these are some tips. So that's your goal this week. Set up your YouTube channel, filling out all the appropriate information, and put up a slideshow. And you could put more tags than you usually do on your blog post. Any questions, just leave a comment in the Google Plus SEO for Photographers group. Thanks so much.